Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. So, from the bottom thing we have Sin Infinite with Eternium Nocturne. Then there's Battle Bunny Riven, played by Hector. Wildfire Zyra by Silent Joker. Varus by Shara Dios. Victorious Janna. I really like that skin. And she is played by The Party. Up on the top side, we're going to have Frosted Israel, played by Traumist. Nami, played by Dava Zian. Horrible. Reaper Hecarim by Marcius. Travel Rise by TSE. And then Camtail Timo by Burbs. I don't like that. I don't like that portrait. Anyway, pretty decent team setup for both players. Hecarim has a couple forms of CC. I like at least one or two anyway. Deal Lady Magic damage 4 seconds. Heals movement speed and knocks the target. Well, sort of CC. And then a Sphere. Either way, Hecarim's a very strong ganker jungler. Rise, he has a form of CC. Yeah, look at that right there. I mean, just as I was saying that he was a very strong ganking jungler, he comes in and ganks. Rise, he's actually a pretty decent mid. He has a snare. He's a pretty nice AP carry. Does a lot of nuking damage. And then Nami has two forms of CC. Her Tidal Wave and then this Water Ball, Aqua Prism. Enemies trapped in her in a bubble. So all in all, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Teemo slow. So that's 4.5. Because I consider slows and blinds. Slows, blinds, and silences to be all considered half a CC. And then Teemo also has his little dart, so we guess Teemo has 1. He has 1, 2, 3, and 4 on their time. And I like talking about CC a little bit just because it plays a good role in the game in focusing targets down. And if CC is actually rather important, and if you don't have enough or you don't have a way of countering it, whether it be with a Quicksilver Sash or Cleanse, you can really fall behind in team fights if your team gets locked down early on. As for the opponent's team, we have Janna. She has 2, a knockback from her ultimate, and then a knock up from her Howling Gale. Varus has a AoE slow, and then his ultimate also immobilizes one enemy. That was a pretty good dupe right there. It seems like the game is starting out pretty slow. Grade 2. Nocturne ulting. Ooh, you might not get him. Ooh, barely gets him. It's a really cool Nocturne skin. That kind of looks like a Bumblebee tail rather than something. I don't know, this looks weird. Anyway, so as we were saying, there are 3 CC down at the bottom. 3.5 rather. Zyra. Her ultimate knocks up. And then she has a root vine, and also those vines slow enemies who are hit by them. And there it is right there. It's slow. The plants also target Zyra's attack priorities. See? And so if Zyra auto attacks something, her plants will attack them as well. Riven also has a stun. Let's find it, huh? Shall we? Riven deals and sending them for 0.75 seconds. So all in all, they have Nocturne Sphere, Riven stuns, that's 2, 3.5, 4, and 5, and 6 and 7. They have 7 forms of CC, several AoE forms of CC, with Janna, and then Zyra. So in team fights, there could be a lot of AoE damage going on, and it should be interesting to see how all that plays out. Yeah, let's see how team fights play out. But as it stands, still 6-5. Only about 300 goals separated them, so Dragon is exactly what the purple team needs to get back into the game. Actually take a small gold lead advantage. And there it goes. They're actually up by 5k now. Not 5k, 500. That'd be so imbalanced if Dragon gave 5,000 gold. They continue, and Hecarim's counter jungling, which is kind of useful. Gives it a little bit extra gold and a little bit extra XP, and takes it from your opponent's jungler. Granted, these camps spawn rather quickly. And it may not even affect Nocturne, because he's been going around ganking. Yeah, because he has 2 kills on his own. And then Riven has been doing well against Teemo up top. Which is probably why they're trying to gank here. Ooh, you're dead, Riven. Maybe not. Yeah. It's gonna be close. Yeah, you're dead. That just didn't look appealing. They were waiting and wait for that. But a lot of that damage, I'm sure, was attributed to Ryze. Team was just there to as filler. Why do we let that go? Here's Teemo. Teemo, 1 kill, 1 assist. Right up, come on, character. Nocturne just has the ability of tanking a turret at a low level. And Zyra almost pulls off a kill there. As Hecarim backs out. Hecarim's been doing well, 3-1-1. Well, what are the gold values at? Yeah, Ryze has only more gold total because of his creep. But Riven's doing decently well. But amount of creep, more kills, but I was looking at the wrong. Yeah, Riven's doing quite well. Blue team in general is just really one lagging behind other than Janna, but then she's still a couple hundred more gold ahead of Nami. And that might play a role in the later stages of the game. Here's Hecarim. Ooh. He ulted that for that didn't really do anything. That's a long cooldown, 140 seconds. There's a small skirmish going down here. They end up actually getting Ezreal, which is surprising. Ooh, Nocturne. Another good gank. And another kill for Nocturne. Bottom is just destroying. But they need to be doing well because the other lanes are failing them. For a purple team. I mean, it's still 8-7, and I think we're gonna start seeing Varus come out later in the game as a very strong ADC, even though he's only really getting assists. But you shouldn't put Ezreal already with Manamune, and then he has 2 kills on his own and decent amount of creep. I wonder what their gold adds up to be. 4k to 4100. So the ADCs are actually about even. So we'll see how that ends up shaping up. But I wouldn't count out the purple team. They are doing quite well, and the gold overall is pretty even up here. Zyra doing? She already has used to be an evil tome, but Morellon Omicron. That's a weird thing. Thing magic damage to an enemy champion will 4% increase. Oh, that grievous wounds for people who don't know actually reduce healing time up. So Ryze are trying to catch up. Ooh, that was Ryze managed to do a lot of damage very quickly to Zyra, which was actually really surprising. Zyra wasn't able to do anything but ult, but Ryze forced her to ult and gave him a nice little trade, and forces her back while he just farms up. Hecarim trying to get something going on Nocturne, but because of the turret, he has to back down. Bottom. There's not much going on here. Bottom, just poking back and forth. Varus is poke can do a lot of damage, but Nami does have a healing spell, so it doesn't. So the damage is somewhat mitigated, but still, if a fully charged poke do a lot of damage. Yeah, on an ally heals 158 health, which is a decent amount. And Blue, does he have any life shield? Yeah. The Dorian plays with suicide health on it, so as long as he just keeps farming, he should be more or less okay. Varus, he's doing well. He already has a Bloodthirster, and that's a lot of life steal. Oh, wasted ult by Ezreal. I'm seeing a lot of Ezreal's just wow, a lot of wasted ults. But I've been seeing a lot of Ezreals just throw out their ult randomly, and it's an 80-second cooldown. I would imagine you would want to save it for team fights. Ooh, Varus was caught. Janna might not be able to try to save it with that Howling Gale, but didn't work, and now Nocturne was destroyed by Ryze, who just came out of the middle and forced another ult from Zyra, and is now being chased by Hecarim, Ryze, and even now he's trying to come in, just in case you might be able to do something. But that was just a one-sided battle for Blue Team. They just kept going in one or two at a time against 3 to 4 of their members, and just being destroyed. And now it really put the Blue Team in a decent position, considering that they also killed bot. They might go after Dragon after they destroy the middle turret. I'm certain they can get, even her shield can't help her.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, there's another turret that puts them up.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Oh, and another turret on top. And the second tower up top is also destroyed. Teemo's just pushing. Is he, what kind of Teemo? Ah, he's going AD. That's not. I haven't seen too many of those. And now he's working on the inhib turret, but he's backing away because of Zyra. And now they even got Dragon. That's a lot of global gold going around to Blue Team and put them in a really good position. 5,000 gold over total over Purple Team, and the Purple Team is on a tough spot. They need to start moving up a little bit, pulling off some ganks, trying to get the kill count back in order, try to push a couple towers, ready try to equate some of that gold by towers out a little bit. But look at all these shrooms, they're everywhere. Nocturne. Ooh. But they're not that deadly because he's going AD. I mean, and all his damage is from AP. I mean, the shrooms do have a decent AP scaling. Over 50%, something like 80% right there. Then for this from your shrooms. His dart doesn't really do that much AP. Speed boosts nothing, and yeah. He's an AP Teemo can be scary if you don't deal with his mushrooms that he plants, because that's pretty much it. But they're like mini wards. I wonder how long they last. How long do they last? 10 minutes. Like a mini ward, they don't give vision, but they last for 10 minutes. He can have as many out as he wants. The cooldown on them are actually pretty short, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Teemo restores, finds the mushroom every 31 seconds. That's a lot of wards, pretty much. And a 10-minute one at that. Granted, if you face, they get and Zyra gets Nami. Purple. Yeah, well, that was a nice pick. That's what they needed to do. 3v2. But they're also pushing top, and the team also gets the inhibitor turret, exposing that to an eventual backdoor later on. There's a golden rule with Teemos. You really don't follow them. Usually they have a good one will have multiple shrooms, because by the time you hit this one, and now that slow's wearing off, you come down here and get to this room, and then you're slowed again. And if he was going AP, that'd be a ton of damage cut out right there. even as it is, he's still gonna do 325 damage for trap. And now Teemo can even play shrooms here. Near the inhibitor and actually cause damage. Oh, Teemo actually could kill. Oh wow, he still killed Riven. How is Teemo? Teemo must be fat. Yeah, 4 kills. Wow. Teemo is just destroying at 166 creeps. I don't think I've ever seen a AD Teemo that fed. Now he has a Blade of the Rune King and a Runan's Hurricane. Basic attacks, bolts fire 2 up to him using a target, dealing extra physical damage. And they apply on hit effects like Lifesteal, or slows from or passives from this. So 5% extra life damage from the Maw Rune King. His shield might have saved him, but he stood for a second. Yes, that's part of what they need to do, but they lost so many turrets up here. They've purple team is a decent mark ahead. I mean, they're 4k ahead, and it's just getting bigger. 5k now, or close to it. A blue team really needs to find some way of organizing and. Now, purple team rather needs to find some way of organizing and just getting some ganks or catching someone out of position or blowing down a turret. But with all the creep pushing in all directions and their team middle to deal with this creep wave, it's gonna be hard. I mean, there is this combo right here that we saw earlier that helped put Teemo ahead of Teemo and Rise. And Rise is immobilized and bursts down, and Teemo just has a consistent damage output. It's hard to do much against. I mean, even right here, the two of them. It was a 4v2, and they still almost killed Riven. Teemo manages to flash over the wall to safety, and then Rise is just thankful she didn't die. He's gonna try to regain some health. With a Bloodthirster and Dorian's Blades, but she should really just go back and heal, but she wants to creep. Ooh, he almost got hit by the shroom. And then here's Hecarim to try to work down the inhibitor. Riven really should go back, especially now that Teemo's still here. Oh, he tried to kill Teemo and ulted, but Hecarim saved Teemo. The fear didn't go off, and now they should just settle for some creep. And then Varus gets caught out of position. He was way too far ahead against the Hecarim. He could have even known that was a chance. Ezreal, I'm trying to do a little bit of poking, but and it ends up being worse for wear in that exchange. 4 kills, 3 deaths, 165 creep. How does he compare to Varus? They're about the same. Same in gold. Varus is about extra 300-400. Blue team signaling for Dragon again after they try to do some preliminary damage to this inhibitor. Now that both Riven and Jaina are both gonna back out and probably go down to Dragon. Teemo is still pushing creep. He's farming up a storm, almost 200 creep already. Level 16. Yeah, no one on purple is even close to Teemo's level 16, let alone Rises as well. Now Varus gets caught again and dies. Varus really needs to stop getting caught like that. Even if it's just a one-on-one fight, they're all behind. You can't afford to giving kills to the ADC. Right, trying to come around, trying to make something happen with Teemo up at the inhibitor. But I think it's finally gonna go down. Oh, Teemo's just farming, not actually trying to focus down. But as I said before, Teemo and Rise are a very scary combination. If they choose to engage like Rise is trying, just a little bit of burst to just destroy Jaina. And now Teemo's trying to finish it off, but Rise comes in with the immobilizing. Clears Teemo from any more damage, and then here's Varus trying to push them off with his Poe, but that thing connects, it does a lot of damage. It probably could kill Teemo if it hits. Let's see what how he's building that Infinity Edge. Varus is doing quite well. Not going to when he might go for next. He might go for some attack speed and crit to really burst a Fan Dance to really boost the effectiveness of the Infinity Edge. But right now, they're planning to try to turtle. Nocturne is trying to farm as much as he can, which is desperate need. Only has 100 creep, 6.8k gold. It's not where he would want to be at this point. Blue team gets another dragon kill, even it's increasing the lead even more so. It's their 6k, 9k, something like that. Yeah, they're almost 9k ahead. It's not looking good for them. 8k ahead. Still not looking good for Blue. Blue really needs a couple decisive team battles where a couple of them are isolated. Like forcing a team battle with Riven. Well, that's what purple team needs, rather. They need a decisive team battle, like maybe at Baron, or under a tower, or picking off Ryze and Nami, and then cleaning up house. Varus is having a little trade-off with Ezreal, but Ezreal is just doing massive damage. His Mystic Shot has a very short cooldown, so he just keeps spamming it and it does a lot of damage. Almost 400 damage. Oh, Riven's about to get caught by Ekrim. I don't know. Oh, he decides to back as his team comes into support. But here's Teemo. What are they gonna do? I think they're gonna try to take out middle. And there's Ekrim's ult. Oh, and he isolates Zyra. But Teemo dies. That's part of the damage. And this is what I'm saying. Now that Ryze and Teemo are gone, they're really using a lot of damage. And then, but they get a turret for their troubles, and then they also lose Riven. And well, Nocturne is trying to hunt down Nami, and he does get her, but at what cost? Here's Hecarim to clean up the deal. That might not be enough to stop Hecarim, even with the speed boost you get. I mean, look how fast he's moving. He also ghosted, but still, it may have been better if it goes through the jungle. And now they only got 1 kill for 2, and that's not a trade they can be afforded to be making. They needed to do that with a 3-1, and now Janna's dead. Oh, a lucky dodge. Varus is trying to get some damage done to Ezreal, but he's just kiting him, doing damage and slowing him down. Ooh, this could be interesting. Varus has a decent amount of lifesteal. If he can try to track him down. Ooh, and he does get him. That's a good pickup for Varus. And then here's Teemo. The two of them are they flash Teemo. He's just destroying Varus. Even with Zyra. Wasn't for that knockup, and he still might not do it. Oh, he has enough lifesteal to stay alive. How is that possible? Zyra had to come in and just pick it off. That was he just survived way too long. At this point, I don't like backing it when you're this close. It might just seem easier to walk back, but I don't know if it's better. Oh, and they're going for Baron, even though 2 of their team members are down. Ezreal might be up in time. They see the bot, and he indeed will, and they're gonna get Baron. Either way, Teemo will still get the experience and still get the money, but he won't actually get the very valuable Baron buff. Increased mana and health regen. Champion is increased damage and ability power. 367 ability power with Baron buff, and we'll see how much she has afterwards. Now when the Baron buff proceeds. Ryze is doing very well for himself. He already has a Seraph Embrace, fully charged Archangel Staff. they're pushing. Jarla's trying to get a favorable engagement, but ends up getting caught and takes some early damage, but forces that teammate's force. Ooh, Ezreal. He might die, but I don't know. Might not go too well, and then there's Hecarim. There's the rest of the team's here. Varus also knocks down Hecarim, and they end up doing ended up working out well with the support from their team. Much needed kill and bringing up back the money loss of about 10k to 9k, but blue team has gotten Baron, blue team has gotten Dragon multiple times. Right, still at 360 kill with look how just quickly she blows up Zyra. And does he die? Yes, he does. The enlarged pets eventually pick off. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Yeah, it gave him 30 ability power. That's a lot, and I'm around 50 AD from just from Baron's buff. So Teemo trying to pick off Riven, who's getting caught again. She's been getting caught a lot this game as she's trying to farm. But Teemo has not been go, and they both have. And they not only does she hit the Honeygill, she also has to ult and pushes them back. Varus comes in. I don't know what he's trying to do. He could easily get caught if they turn around. Yet now he's thinking the same thing. Varus kind of wants to do a little bit of trading with Teemo, who just cleans up with the creep and red buff. Red buff slows the attacker and also gives them a burn over time. I believe it scales, the damage scales over the match. I'm not sure. Either way, Hecarim, Soul, and Dragon again. That's a lot of gold for the blue team.
Blue team has slain
190 gold across the board. That's 200 gold across the board to everyone, and it's some things that actually plays a big role in this match because they're only 5 kills behind, but almost a 10k gold difference because of all the towers blue has managed to destroy, and with how many dragons, and not to mention Baron, which gives around 300 gold to each person. It's just a steamroll. Right? It's steamrolling. You know, there are flows to it, but where purple team gets something going, but it doesn't last long. Ooh, and he does manage to get the good ult off. But while our team is trying to focus Ezreal, Ryze just destroys Varus, and now Nocturne's dead. And that was a support engagement, and nothing to show for it. And they got 4 kills off that. Which point they're trying to make an ace, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, no, they're just gonna focus down the turret and then the inhibitor. Probably go for both inhibitors.
turret has been destroyed.
Teemo is just cleaning up all the creep. And they do get the ace, but Teemo does go down. A small price to pay to take out one of these turrets. He's one of the more important turrets you need to keep alive, because if your defense is gone and both turrets are gone, they may just end the game here. Yes, it looks like the game will end. Varus is just about to come up. There's not much she could do, and then that is a good game. Very interesting game. A lot of good ganking play by Hecarim, like we saw that early on down in the center, where he came in around level 5 and got an early gank on Zyra, which helped turn Ryze into the beast late game because it gave him an edge in his lane. And then Ryze returned the favor by going up top and helping Teemo recover his lane from Riven. And then the game just started slowly snowballing as Hecarim started ganking around, the team started getting Dragon uncontested, got Baron uncontested. It was blue team's game to win, and they certainly won, and they did it, and they made it look easy. All right, thank you for your work, and let's take a look at some of the graphs over here, see how things actually ended up working out for them. As you can see, the overall gold. Teemo with 15.3k with 304 creep kills. That's a massive amount. and he has the most gold on anyone on any of the team. It's not surprising with such a large amount of creep and 8 kills and 8 kills and 6 assists. Not many, only a couple people had 9, but they didn't have anywhere close to the creep. That creep's so good for money. Let's take a look at some of the grids or graphs. Yeah, let's just go for the graphs. Damage dealt to champions. Let's see who did the most. Teemo with 227,000 damage. But it was pretty much all even on the other team as well. But they just didn't. Purple team just couldn't really, even with doing so much damage, it really just couldn't do much. Because everyone else on their team also did a lot of damage, and except for Nami. Jaina did more, but not enough to make up for that fact that Nocturne and Riven just couldn't do anything the entire game. Dude I don't want healing done. That's just damage taken. Let's remove that graph. Yeah, Hecarim was ended up being their tank. He was really beastie at the end. Yeah, he had a lot of life and a lot of armor. Not much anyone can do, especially with that. Anything else on a champion level? Yeah, Jaina was lagging behind, but dang on par with Nami. But champion levels really, at that point, didn't really matter. Time spent dead. Yeah, Purple did spend more time dead. That's pretty safe to say. Okay, well, that ends this cast, and I'll